Hi there, Westside Wellbeing crew. We are back for a 20-minute yoga session. And as you can see, I am in a chair today. We're going to do a two-parter. So this one is about seated chair movement, yoga, breathing, that energizes us. And then the second part is going to be about calming us down. So this one today, we're going to do 20 minutes of energizing. And this is great if you're having one of those days, meetings, you've not got loads of energy, but you just need a little pick me up and you're like, oh, I can't be bothered to stand up and do a big workout. I just want to do something from my seat, something that's going to energize me, something that's going to get the blood pumping, and then I can face the rest of the day, whatever that might be. So I'm going to take a chair. You can work out on any kind of chair, but just remember, if you are on a chair with wheels, I'm just moving back a little bit. You don't need to see my feet, but just moving back so you can see more of me. If you're on a chair with wheels, make sure that anything you're doing, you're not going to shoot off across the floor on those wheels. So be as safe as possible. If you can, try and sit away from the back of the chair. Sit up nice and tall, relax the shoulders. And as we like to do in our yoga practice, just take a moment to notice how you're feeling. Try and have your feet flat to the floor. If it's appropriate for you to take your shoes off and you can have bare feet, please go ahead and try that. But if not, don't worry. Maybe just notice here as you find a little bit of stillness, how you're breathing. And then see if you can make the inhales deeper and the exhales longer. And then maybe you can make the inhales and the exhales through the nose. And maybe just notice how paying attention to your breath here is changing your body in some way. Maybe it's physically, maybe it's mentally, maybe it's energetically. And we're going to let our hands come down beside us here. And we're just going to start to get some movement into the body. So I just want you to think about shaking out your wrists, letting your fingers be nice and relaxed. And then maybe let that shake get all the way up into your elbows. And then maybe all the way up into your shoulders. So your whole arms are moving, they're shaking. If you're feeling energetic already, you can take the arms wider as you shake, or you can keep them down by your sides. And then let the chin roll from side to side. If that feels okay for your neck, you can just keep the arms moving, or you could bring the arms to some stillness as you release the head side to side. And then we're going to add in the legs. So just picking up one leg, giving it a little shake, starting from the hip, into the knee joint, into the ankle, wiggling the toes. I know it doesn't look pretty or coordinated, it's fine. Just get that movement going. Boil it down to a circling into your ankle, wiggling those toes. If you want to do this standing up, you can. And then circle the ankle the other way. Get into the knee joint a little bit, drawing circles with the knee. And back the other way. Into the hip. And maybe just open and close into the hip a little. And then same thing on the other side. Just get that movement going. Don't worry about how it looks. Just get the hip going, the knee, the ankle, the feet, the toes. And then concentrate all that movement into the ankle joint. Turning it around one way. And back the other way. And then into the knee joint, circling around one way. And back the other way. And then you can get into that hip joint, and maybe you're just opening and closing that hip from side to side. And then, as comfortably as you can, whilst you're sat on your chair, we're going to just try and move everything. Try and move everything, get a little bit of a fizz through the body, almost like you've put your finger in an electric socket and you're having a little electric shock here. You're moving the whole body. Wiggle, 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 shake, shake, shake. Keep breathing. Couple more breaths. One more time. Excellent. Just find stillness again here. And again, just start to notice. How are you feeling in your body? How are you feeling in your mind? And how are your energy levels? If you only had a few minutes to bolster your energy reserves, that is a great way to do it. Hopefully you've got time to stick around and do a little more. We're going to bring our hands to our thighs and just start to roll into your shoulders. See if you can go as big and round with these shoulder rolls as possible. And then back the other way. And then start to find stillness in the shoulders. We're going to bring our hands into little fists with a bend into our elbows. And I just want you to twist from side to side. So we're just getting some movement into the waist here. We're just taking a little twist from side to side. Perfect. And then come to some stillness here. Each time we do a little movement, we're going to find our way to stillness and just check in with how we're changing. Maybe even notice things like the breathing rate increases or the body temperature starts to go up. We're going to take some arm switches. So I invite you to just reach one arm up towards the ceiling, the other arm down towards the floor, and we're just going to swap over. You can go as fast or as slow as you like here. Keep the connection to the breath. These aren't necessarily our traditional yoga poses, but they are helping us connect our body and our mind, our movement with our breath, and they're helping us change our energy. Lovely. Let those arms feel heavy. Let them release into the lap. We've got 3 more postures where we're going to use our arms and then we're giving them a break. So take this rest for those arms. The next one we do is called the golfer's swing. So we're going to take our arms out to the side, and if you can, let your gaze follow your fingertips and then sweep them over to the other side. And your head is moving from side to side, and you could go slow or you could go fast. See how it feels. And you're letting those arms feel heavy as they come down and then sweeping up to the other side. And then let those arms just rest and relax. Let those arms release down by your legs. We're going to inhale, sweep the arms all the way forwards, reach the arms up, and then exhale to come back down. So we inhale to come up, exhale to fold forwards, inhaling and exhaling. One more. And let those arms rest in your lap. Breathe. How are you feeling? What's shifting? What's changing? What's staying exactly the same? So I promise you just one more arm-focused movement. And this is a breathing exercise as well. It's our breath of joy. So we have done this, if you've done some of our yoga classes before, we've done this standing up. So we're going to do this in the seated version today. And it looks a little something like this. Arms are beside you. We inhale 3 times and then we exhale out through the mouth. So inhale, arms come up. Inhale second time, arms out wide. Inhale third times, arms reach up. And then as you exhale, you fold forwards. Open the mouth, let the air come out. Now, if you don't feel like the fold forwards, you can do it like this. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Right? So you don't have to do that fold forwards if that doesn't feel right. So I will talk you through it. If it doesn't quite work, that's fine. We're going to try and do 10 rounds and then see how you feel at the end of that. So settle into some stillness. We'll take a couple of normal breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Let the arms come down beside you. We're going to inhale, 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 inhale. Lovely, halfway. Inhale, 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 inhale. 3 more. Inhale, 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 inhale. Last one. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Inhale to come back to upright. Find that stillness. Breathe. Notice how you're feeling. And again, just in 10 to 15 minutes of movement, of breathing, how are you feeling energetically? What started to shift? What started to change? I'm going to come into some nice big stretches. So I'll show you this one from the side. We're going to reach our hands behind us and grabbing hold onto the back of your chair if you can. If it's not that kind of chair, if there's nothing to hold on to, hands come to the lower back. You squeeze the shoulder blades together, open the chest, open the throat, take the gaze up. If you're holding onto the chair, you might even be able to lean forwards a little bit here. We're just opening the heart, opening the chest, counteracting any hunching forwards, rounding forwards that you might have been doing in your day so far. And then coming all the way back to stillness here. Excellent. Let me turn my chair back around. We're going to come back into those hip openers that we did as we were moving the body. So take one leg, I don't mind which, and we just open and close it out to the side. Now you can decide, you can sort of slide the foot along the floor. You could take a little lift, or you could take a big step up and over something imaginary or real on the floor. And then whichever leg you've gone with, so I've gone with my right, I'm going to try and bring my right ankle up to rest on top of the left thigh. Now, if that doesn't feel available, you can bring the foot to the inside of the ankle. Hands stay on the left thigh, or if the foot is all the way up on the thigh, you're bringing your hands to rest on your shin as you start to lean forwards. Nice big stretch into that big glute muscle. Make sure you're breathing. We're going to take 5 breaths. So sometimes we can just get a little stuck, particularly in the shoulders, in the hips. So to help us with our energy levels as we move beyond this practice today, we're just releasing the shoulders, we're releasing the hips. Couple more breaths here. And as you inhale, start to come all the way out, releasing the ankle, releasing the foot. Same thing on the other side. So whichever leg you haven't done, we come into those hip openers. Try and sit up tall if you can, so your core is engaged to help you move that foot. Remember, you could slide the foot, you could take little toe taps, or you could take a big step up and over. And then when you're ready, we're going to find that position. So maybe the foot slides to the side of the ankle, hip is open out wide, hands stay on the right thigh as you lean forwards, or maybe you're bringing that left ankle up on top of the right thigh, sitting up nice and tall, hands to shin as you lean forwards. Couple more breaths here. And as you inhale, come all the way back up. Release the ankle, release the foot. Find your way to your seated position. One final movement from here. We'll take our seated cat and cow pose. Hands to your knees. Inhale, come forwards. Open chest, open throat. Gaze goes up. As you exhale, round back, tuck the chin. Inhale to come forwards. Exhale into rock back. Moving with the breath. Two more times. And finding your way to stillness. You can get a little comfier in your chair, maybe start to lean back on your chair back if you want to, you don't have to. We're going to take 3 sighing breaths, but with a difference. We're going to squeeze as we inhale our face, our fists, our legs, our feet, our shoulders up towards our ears. And as you exhale, we release everything. Okay, so we're going to do that 3 times. Just take a couple of normal breaths first, inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Lovely. So on your next inhale, we squeeze, 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 squeeze up as much as you possibly can. And as you exhale out through the mouth, big sigh, relax. 2 more, inhaling, squeeze, 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 squeeze. Exhaling. Last one, inhale, your biggest squeeze of the whole day. Nice deep inhale. Exhaling, relax. Find your stillness. Taking 3 more breaths. In and out through the nose, just like we started. Excellent work, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me for your energizing chair yoga session. We are going to follow this up. So in a couple of weeks' time, you'll have the de-stress and chill out chair yoga sequence. But thank you for joining me for today. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste. Thank you so much, everybody. I have been Harriette from Coaches for Change, and thank you for joining our Westside Wellbeing session. As always, feedback, comments, like, share, subscribe, so you make sure you get each and every one of our latest drops, and you'll have Jamie next week with some Pilates. Take care.